Stavi accelerando. Google Translate tells me that's Italian for you were speeding. The question is, could you ever get pulled over by this vehicle? I don't know. I guess in the tight back roads of, say, Rome, I suppose so. Those roads are really tight there. But on a main thoroughfare like this, I'm not sure if the police could catch you, unless you're a good citizen, of course. Today we have the LV-N240, the Tomica Limited Vintage Polizia, the police version of the Fiat Panda. The Fiat Panda is this is the first generation Fiat Panda. I reviewed a Fiat Panda before by Kyosho, but I'll just quickly go over. This was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, an infamous Italian designer of nice-looking sports cars, usually. This could be a three-door hatchback or a cabriolet. Seems to be a separate antenna piece here. And then it's a front engine, front-wheel drive, but there was a four-wheel drive option as well. And the engines are minuscule, 650 cc's up to a 1 liter inline 4. Oh, actually, that 650 cc is inline 2. Or a diesel that's 1.3 liters in inline 4. But they're looking around 20 horsepower for whatever these things, whatever displacement it is. So, a car powered by 20 horsepower, yeesh. I mean, I would imagine a bicycle could outrun this thing. So, but again, tight roads, good citizens, pay your tickets. I actually don't have many police cars in my collection because most of my instances interacting with the police have involved me getting speeding tickets. So I guess I subconsciously don't want to collect these. Although I do like them in cartoon form. Alright, well anyways, let's talk about this one. Although it is slightly a cartoonish looking vehicle. Alright, so it's a white, but not a metallic white. Just a regular, white. And then you got this blue stripe printed on. TLV prints their graphics. They're not decals, so very nice. I mean, these are really tight edges to these letters. There's no blurriness or, bad paint app going on there. I'm going to guess this is the fuel filler right here. Alright, and then you got this molding here. So the bumpers are that exposed, rubber bumpers that was common back in the day. And then they seem to have carried that bumper material across the sides, for durability. In particular, maybe it's specific to police cars. We'll find out when I pull out the Kyosho. So unfortunately, we got a blank white license plate. I guess it's kind of nice that this isn't a US size plate. This is a European type of proportion plate. I only wish it had something printed on it. I would even be happy if they gave you decals, like a sheet of decals and you could put them on yourself. This is the Fiat logo, I guess, back then. Alright, the headlights look great. It's not just clear plastic, but you got molded details, impersonating a light bucket. And then the turn signals are very nice. Good color separation. Here's a little vent, very nice. Funky little black molding graphic here. It comes down there. I'm not sure why that is, but I do see it on some of those photographs. It's just a printed on wiper blade. Ideally that would be nicer, like three-dimensional, but depends how old this casting is. This is actually raised though, this little rain gutter thing, and it's got black paint. This separate piece of a police light. Look at the translucency of the blue, that's pretty cool. This must be a door handle or a door actuator of some sort. It seems really small, but it's there. And then there's a vent here on the photograph that I see. This has suspension being a car. And then decent enough wheels. I guess I can't complain this time around. The holes are so small. Alright. 2016, so it's kind of it's not that old. It's not that new either. Press fit together, that's unfortunate for modders. And then it's nice that it tells you where it is in the series, and then what the car is, and who made it, and when. It's got all the good information you want. I also like the tires here. All TLVs roll, by the way. But if you look at the tires from the side, it doesn't look like a truck. The tread blocks are so fine they just look round, and that's the way normal street tires look. So I do like that about this brand. Let's see, there's printing here. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're at two times magnification. Fiat Panda 1100, and I don't know what's underneath that. Maybe a trim level Fino or Fine. I don't know, but it's nice. This is raised. This little key lock there. Plate. This is probably the metal base here, I think. Yep. And then we have a printed rear wiper blade. Actually, you know, well, no, I mean, looking through two panes, pretty distorted, but usually you only have to look through one, so. Now the question is, this interior, can we see it without a flashlight? Pretty tall windows, but it's a gray, I think. Gray and black, so that's nice. I am going to have to get the flashlight, though. Okay. I'm not sure if you can tell through this camera screen, but it is a light gray, those light gray seats, and then like the floor is black, and it looks like the center console is a different color, like a brown. So that's nice. If you look at the dash itself, you can see the binnacle. Sorry, it wasn't focused. I can't focus and hold this thing in the flashlight. But the dash is black, and then the instruments is gray, that binnacle. So, and then it's got a black steering wheel. Let's see here. Decent enough detail molded in that dashboard. Gray seats there. And then the little shelf here behind the seats is black. But the, you know. So we got three different colors in this interior. So that's really nice. That's refreshing to see. Because I find very often if you have a lot of details on the outside, they skip on the inside. This one's got the best of both worlds. Quite detailed with extra pieces and all, and yet the interior is still colorful. Pretty snazzy actually for a police car. For an economy car, I would think this would just have one colored interior for an economy car. Alright, now, alright, so that antenna must go in here. I guess I'll add it later, but there's no need for you guys to watch that right now, right? Let's compare it to a couple other models here. Not too many today, because I don't have too many Fiat Pandas in my collection. Let's see, that Kyosho. So here's the Kyosho version, and it's they're both Mark 1 Pandas, but I guess, you know, being 13 years in production, there were some changes going on. The front grille, you know, is obviously different. I think that had to do with what type of engine it had. That would affect the placement of the venting. So both of these models have plastic front and rear lights, so that's good. The wiper blade on the Kyosho is actually raised, and it also has a molded in side mirror, so that's kind of nice. It doesn't have the black molding along the bottom part, but it does have these wheels, which I am curious if those are hollow. They are. You can see the light through the far wheel. See, so that's why I like Kyosho a lot. These tiny little holes are actual real holes, whereas TLV, the way they construct their wheels, they're always blanked off. At least, well, not always, but very often they're blanked off. Alright, well, they're different Fiat Pandas, so I can't really say it's a comparison, you know, but I would say that both of them are nice. I think if you like economy cars, both of them are worth having. The little orange side marker I'm noticing here is just flat and painted, but the Kyosho actually has a bump and then it's painted. But the Kyosho's interior is just plain black. So, you know, I really enjoyed the multiple colors of an interior. It's a luxury. Okay, so that's that one. Just to compare to another, you know, I grew up in the States. I've never seen this in person. You know, I never lived in Europe. I've only visited, but so I have seen a Honda City though, and so those are actually comparable in size. If we go to the top view, I would say they're pretty much in the same class of car. But this is a different age, so cars have grown a lot. So we're going to pull out the one other police vehicle I have. the one that I have received a $280 speeding ticket in the, I think it was like one of the tunnels of Boston. Not the Callahan tunnel, I forget which one, but yeah, that wasn't fun. So that's a Ford Explorer Interceptor package, and it's made by Greenlight. Pretty good model, actually. It's got, you know, the plastic headlights, and the taillights are painted, but, you know, this model is like $6, so I'm perfectly fine with it. I'm just happy it doesn't have opening panels. Alright, I guess that's it for the comparisons. So all in all, a pretty great model by TLV. So I don't always have to be negative with this brand. If they do a good job, if they do provide a good value and don't have paint rash, I'm quite happy. So it's one of the pluses of collecting, that every now and then you don't get angry and you don't want to like bash yourself over the head for wasting money, because TLVs aren't really cheap. They're quite expensive models, but they're very unique. It's just such a random subject, this Fiat Panda police car, but well, at least to anyone outside of Italy. But I like it. It's pretty cool, quirky. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next TLV review. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.